Spiritual growth is a quiet, often subtle process, woven into the fabric of everyday life. It flourishes not in dramatic leaps, but in gentle shifts, perspectives realigned, habits transformed, and hearts softened with compassion. As we walk our own unique paths of faith, it's not always easy to measure how close we are drawing to God. Yet, spiritual growth leaves unmistakable footprints in our lives. These five signs illuminate the journey, revealing how we're moving deeper into relationship with the divine. The first sign you're growing spiritually is a deepening sense of peace, even when life feels uncertain. The storms may swirl around you, but inside there's a new stillness, a trust that transcends worry or anxiety. This peace doesn't mean ignoring problems or living in denial. Rather, it springs from a growing awareness that you don't have to carry your burdens alone. In moments of hardship, you may find yourself pausing to pray or simply whispering a silent hope. Instead of defaulting to panic, you begin to rest in the assurance that a higher power is present, walking with you every step of the way. Over time, you notice that struggles which once overwhelmed you now become opportunities to practice surrender and faith. The world may not become any less challenging, but your response does. This calm composure, anchored in trust, signals a closer connection to God. Another important sign is a shift in your values and priorities. What once seemed essential may lose its hold, replaced by a desire to seek what truly matters. You might find yourself questioning old habits, reconsidering relationships, or stepping away from distractions that used to consume your time. Things like status, possessions, or fleeting moments of pleasure might no longer satisfy your soul the way they once did. Instead, a hunger for deeper connection, purpose, and service emerges. You become more intentional in how you spend your energy, choosing pursuits that align with higher principles and bring you closer to what you believe is most meaningful. Perhaps you're more drawn to reading sacred texts, engaging in worship, or seeking quiet moments of reflection. Or maybe you notice a tug on your heart to help others, to bring light where there is darkness. The gradual reordering of priorities is a sure sign that your spirit is growing and aligning more closely with divine will. A third sign is increased compassion and forgiveness toward others and toward yourself. Spiritual growth unfolds as the heart expands, allowing you to see people not as adversaries or obstacles, but as fellow travelers on the journey. You begin to feel empathy for those who suffer, seeing yourself in their struggles. The impulse to judge or criticize weakens, replaced by an urge to understand and extend grace. When someone disappoints or hurts you, forgiveness flows more easily, maybe not all at once, but in gentle waves that slowly release resentment. You also start to forgive yourself, recognizing that everyone stumbles and that each failure can be a lesson in humility. This growing kindness isn't always grand or dramatic. Sometimes it's as simple as offering a smile, lending a listening ear, or letting go of a grudge that's weighed you down. The increase in compassion and forgiveness is more than just an emotional shift. It's evidence that the core teachings of love, mercy, and empathy are taking root in your soul. Fourth, you may notice a greater awareness of the sacred in everyday life. Spiritual growth awakens your senses to the beauty and wonder all around. A sunrise that splashes pink across the horizon, the laugh of a child, the steady rhythm of your own breath. What were once ordinary moments now shimmer with hidden meaning. You start to recognize divine fingerprints in the most unexpected places, in the kindness of strangers, the resilience of the human spirit, or the quiet moments of solitude when you feel deeply seen and known. This awareness isn't about withdrawing from the world, but rather about entering fully into it, eyes wide open to the miracle of existence. You begin to practice gratitude, noticing blessings, both big and small, and your soul becomes restless for more of this rich, holy presence. Whether in prayer, meditation, or simply mindful attention, you find yourself drawn to the present, the only place God can truly be found. Finally, the fifth sign is a growing desire to serve and make a positive impact. As you get closer to God, your focus shifts from self to others and compassion translates into action. You start seeking ways to give back, to contribute to the healing and betterment of the world. Service can take countless forms: volunteering in your community, supporting a friend in need, advocating for justice, or using your gifts to build others up. These acts aren't motivated by guilt or obligation, but by a genuine sense of love and calling. You realize that spiritual maturity isn't just about personal enlightenment, but about being a vessel through which love flows into the world. True closeness to the divine comes alive when you help others experience hope, healing, and dignity. Each small act of kindness ripples outward in ways you may never fully see. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't follow a neat, linear path. There are setbacks and seasons of dryness, as well as moments when God feels distant. But these five signs, deepening peace, shifting values, increased compassion, awareness of the sacred, and a longing to serve, are gentle reminders that your journey is unfolding as it should. You don't have to be perfect, you simply have to be open and willing. Spiritual growth is less about arriving at a final destination and more about traveling with an open heart, allowing each moment to draw you closer to the loving presence at the center of all things. So, when you wonder whether you're making progress, pause and look within. Have you noticed more peace in your heart, greater kindness in your actions, or a yearning to make a difference? Do you find yourself grasping less and giving more, seeing the divine in the mundane or forgiving a little more easily? If so, take courage. You are growing. You are moving, slowly, steadfastly, closer to the heart of God. This journey is not always visible from the outside, but it is profoundly real. Every quiet yes, each surrender, each step of compassion builds a life that resonates with the fullness of the Spirit. You are inevitably and undeniably a work in progress. Embrace the journey, trust its gentle unfolding, and take comfort in knowing that every sign of growth, no matter how subtle, is a sacred step home.